Babes, let me share with you my favorite look this spring, which would be apricot eyeshadows and I'd say glowing but natural tan cheeks, nude lip. So the focus is a little apricot something on the eyelids, and my favorite apricot eyeshadow is by far the one in Apricotine Lumière by Viseart. I'm not sure if it's already available in Europe, and if you've been subscribed for a while, you know that I was a little bit worried ordering from Viseart, from their American website. But I'm happy to tell you that I was not required to pick it up somewhere at some kind of port situation or anything like that. So it was delivered to my address. There was a fee to pay, but it was actually the one I expected, which, you know, was just the regular, I think, 19% on top. So it still paid off very well, considering that the apricotine one was not available then. On top, they had a super sale going on, so I would have ended up paying something similar. But I also wanted to have this little 4-pan empty pro palette to, you know, curate my own little thing here, which I guess I could have skipped that because I have this little, I have one of these little, I forgot what it's called. I've got the dark blue one, Turin, well, nobody cares, but these are also like the Lisa Eldridge one, customizable, interchangeable, they're magnetic, so that's a great system. Of course, the Lisa Eldridge palettes are beautiful, elegant pieces, and this is just cardboard, but you know, it's a good way to protect powders a little bit better because it absorbs shock a bit better, which yeah, let's not get lost here again. I'm always talking and forget what I was actually trying to show you. And I'm so happy that I finally got these matte neutral ones. I was very surprised how petite this one was. I did not expect this one to be this small. And by the way, this one is the only one with a mirror, unless I missed something. This one has a little mirror. The other ones don't. And you know, while these pants are super tiny, I should probably show you some reference, maybe next to a Dior Quint, because there we also have some beautiful apricots this year. But yeah, I really wanted to get this for this row of pretty warmer apricot shades, and I will hold it side by side with the apricotine as well. You know, swatching all of these side by side would probably be better in sunlight, in direct sunlight, for a different day. If you're interested in that, I'm happy to do that for you. And yeah, this is such a cute little guy. It's so sleek and tiny and practical. You know, even if I felt in love with one or two shades in this one, I highly doubt that I would hit pan. And yeah, so this is plenty enough. And but let me put this packaging aside. I mean, this thing here you can actually remove, because, hold on. Well, I was wrong with this one. With the other palettes, you can actually lift this plastic thing with the pans. You can lift it up because it's just attached to the magnet. This one is glued on, but still you can rip it off, and I will probably do it. I don't need that. It's kind of annoying. So I will get rid of this one. So to show you the little quad that I got to customize this, so it's empty, it does not have a mirror, but this thing is magnetically attached, so you can just take this sheet out. And so these are the regular larger pans, and hold on. Oop. And this Petite guy has smaller pans, but I will keep this one just as it is, and I will probably use this one to select for favorites in the Apricotine palette, even though the whole palette is very beautiful. But I, as you probably know, I feel very overwhelmed with palettes that are too big, and then I kind of, I skip them. I don't want to reach for them. So I think this is a good way to get the most use out of it. So, and here she is. She is so beautiful. Oh, by the way, what was it? Macy's? Well, you know, some American retailer, they got an exclusive one with such a cute compact with some legumes, some I think artichokes, some Mediterranean themed vegetables on it. I thought it was really cute. Yeah, but you know, it's not available. The palette itself, I would say 50% were interesting. Two bottom shades were going more khaki, more olive. That reminded me of the Desert Gleam by Lisa Eldridge, but that one I finally got. And if you know that I did post about on the 31st of March, I posted, since Eldridge did send out emails that they would raise prices. So I thought, well, this is a great excuse to finally get this palette. I've been waiting for that stupid palette to be available on Niche Beauty forever, because I was unsure about some undertones. I wanted to see it in person, and I know I can return things ordering from Lisa Eldridge as well, but I usually feel funny about international returns, and I like to avoid them. So I do prefer ordering items that I'd be unsure of, for example, from Niche Beauty. However, yeah, it never was available, which was pretty annoying. And it's always, you know, with Lisa Eldridge, it's always just some rumors, some, oh, this is supposed to be available, and yada yada, and not quite. I need more transparency, and so the last holiday collection, they did a better job, you know, giving us some disclaimers that it was an exclusive or limited edition and things like that. But I want more transparency, knowing where will it be available, when will it be available, and I don't know what to do with these baby hairs today. So this is something that just bothers me when shopping. And Dior, Dior is not always reliable. Sometimes they claim it's exclusive and it isn't. Sometimes they don't even, you know, flag it as a limited edition, but it is. And yeah, I don't like messy and held back and sometimes purposefully wrong information on things like that. Like Chanel did last year with the Les Boutons. They claimed it was exclusive, but it wasn't. Well, however, now I don't want to bore you anymore. Let's take a look at her. Look at her. She's so cute. Oh, and you know what? I was hesitant to get the Dior Marshmallow Quint because I thought this guy might be similar to this weird pastel lime minty yellow shade in the Marshmallow Quint, but it's not. It's different. The one in the Marshmallow Quint is more special than this one. Let me hold it side by side. So here you have Apricotine, and this is the one in Marshmallow. The one in Marshmallow easily looks like a white. Oh, and by the way, complaining about their information system here, they actually said on the website that this was a white shade. That's what it said. Isn't this horrible? Well, however, I think you can tell that this, even though it's super light, I think, or I hope you can tell that this is more like a soft lemony yellow gold. This actually has somewhat of a minty hue to it, while still being this kind of, yes, it's like a pastel lime shade. And this is much more yellow, so these are not comparable. I thought they might be, and I thought maybe I should skip this one, but I'm glad I didn't. It's beautiful. I really like it. And let me give you a lid color. This one here. This is so beautiful. It's like it looks like an apricot glazing. Ooh, can you see how beautiful that is? This shade is really, first of all, it would be worth the whole palette. It's so beautiful and absolutely unique in my collection. But the whole palette is so, oh, now the light is washing it out. But this whole palette is so beautiful and wearable, and this looks just like a apricot sugar glazing of the eyelids, doesn't it? Super pretty. Let me fetch a mirror. Look how beautiful this is. It looks just at the same time, it looks fresh and just sweet and delicious. Maybe I should try to take a picture in better lighting as well, but I think you do get an idea how pretty this really is. This is like an apricot sugar dream on my eyeballs. It's everything that I wanted my springtime eyeshadow look to be. And you know what I was thinking right now? To swatch it next to the Precious Coral oversized highlighter by Chanel. But it's different. It has more yellow, I would say. So beautiful. Super pretty. And I'm not adding anything else because I do have the Coral Bronze Dior bronzer in the crease as well, so and I want to keep it light and, you know, a bit more fresh and spring appropriate. But I mean, this rest of this palette is super pretty. Um, but I should do a separate video swatching these in direct sunlight, but I will swatch these apricot shades right now. Oh, and in case you care to know about these apricot mattes, here, yes, these are the two matte shades, these two apricot matte shades in question. Do you see this? I mean, these colors are pretty much washed out, but you know. So this one is in between these two shades. This one, right? Yeah, pretty much. And this one is in between these two shades. And now let's watch these apricots. This is so beautiful. This palette is just so beautiful and delicious. It really is. Oh, and before I show you the shimmers of the or the apricot shimmers, I wanted to show you that this Icy Nude palette by Huda. This is such a good versatile palette to go from icy winter looks even into something a bit more apricot springtime, because it has these two matte shades up here. This one has a very great range to go from a maybe even still a spring day that is icy cold with snow and, you know, gray and rainy, into something lighter and fresher for these few sunny first springtime days, right? It's actually such a great palette to go from, you know, January to up into April, and then to say bye-bye to winter for good. Oh, I did not mention how buttery this one is. So this is the Viseart, and this one is the Precious Coral. They are not too different, I will say. The Precious Coral is noticeably more pink though, and not as opaque either. It would not look like that on my eyelids, it wouldn't. So where should we swatch this for best representation? Hold on, I'm sorry, I should. This is the Coral, and this is the Viseart. See? There's a big difference. The Viseart is more brightening, and let me intensify the Precious Coral. It does not go beyond that. I mean, on the fingers it did look quite, well, not really. The Precious Coral is so much more pink, And the Viseart shade is truly, it's an apricot. It has more yellow to it. It's brighter. It's oh, it just looks so delicious. And you know what? I love it so much that I did not even want to swatch it. I love it so much, so much. This is a shade that I should immediately get a back of pan of. So beautiful. Now let me not forget the palette that actually got me into craving these apricots. It was this guy, because of this apricot shade. But you know, in Dior tradition, they always do these a bit odd iridescent shades, and I wiped my fingers clean, and this is the Dior and now let me get this new one, the Brocart. I will also hold them side by side, but first the swatches. So these two apricot shades, this is Brocart and this is Marshmallow. On the eyes, they are both, they have this iridescent quality to them, while the one in Mint Bubblegum is more translucent. This, sorry, you wouldn't know how much this is happening to me every day. Every day when I wash my face, I stuck my finger up my nose like that. I don't know why I'm so clumsy. So, yeah, this one in the Brocart is a bit more, it's a bit darker, but it's especially also more opaque. It's also has this iridescent quality to it. So here's the precious coral. This is the Viseart. Here we put the apricot in mint bubblegum, which is super subtle. See, very subtle. And because of this iridescence, there is also, when you look at it up close, there is also this a bit of pink iridescence to it as well, but not strongly so. So see how much more, this is so much more base, and is more apricot. The one in mint bubblegum has more pink iridescence to it. These are both very subtle, but the one in Brocart is certainly more impactful if you really want it to give off this apricot kind of deal. But you know, Viseart is the absolute winner. Even the precious coral has, when I hold my hand like this, you cannot even see these anymore, which, you know, it's not just a lack by Dior, it's also a bit of translucency. It's more subtle, it's more I mean, this is very makeup-y. It's super beautiful, super cute, but it is by no means a translucent kind of look. So it depends on your mood and what you're going for. So yeah, the apricot in mint bubblegum isn't doing you a great favor if you really want a distinct apricot look. The one in Brocart is certainly certainly more satisfying. And I love that the one in Viseart is both distinctively, or it's both a apricot with color to it, so that it's not just some brightening shade that is interchangeable. And it's weird how bright it looks in comparison on my hand to these other shades, and still has this beautiful apricot quality to it, isn't it? Oh, and by the way, if you were wondering about this iridescent quality in these Dior shades, this one, the Smoky Essentials palette, is super beautiful and versatile, and it's a great palette to have, really. And I would also strongly disagree that well, let me start here. For a very long time I did not touch these 9 pans, and you know, maybe they changed the quality of them. I only got these last year, so maybe they improved that. They've been around for quite a few years now, but this one, I mean, it's normal pigmentation, not normal in a sense of mediocre quality, but in the level of, you know what I mean. We know there are some eyeshadows that go in with very soft and little pigmentation, and in many curations this is a wanted quality that I also really appreciate in many products. And of course, some people go all out, want full maximum pigment, which I would say that these are rather pigmented than soft. So these are on a very normal to even more pigmented level, I find, which this iridescent shade would, I don't know if I should say it would be an exclusion. It's just, you know, it's an off-white iridescence, and this one, while the apricot shade in the Minted Bubblegum Quint has also some pink to it, this off-white shade only has, is there maybe an angle where you can see? I don't think so. No, I can see it when I look at it like this, but here it only looks white. However, it does have a strong apricot iridescence, and I will swatch it next to the one from the Brocart Quint, and maybe I will be able to take a picture where you can see this. This one has, oh yeah, here you can see. This one has only an apricot iridescence. Yes. And to be honest with you, when I got this palette, I loved the whole palette, and I was so disappointed that this was not a regular creamy matte shade, but this iridescent shade. But now I'm really loving that one, because funny enough, the apricot shade in the Mint Bubblegum Quint has a good amount of pink iridescence to it, while this one only has apricot iridescence to it. And this shade in combination with a mint looks divine. It's such a fresh, ethereal, beautiful look wearing this shade on the eyelids, and using a mint shade like the one in the mint bubblegum, but I do have actually a few more in my collection. That mint shade in the crease is beautiful. It's so beautiful. And the apricot shade in the mint bubblegum quint does not look the same because it has more pink iridescence, and neither is it as bright as this one, of course, right? Here in contrast, you can see how the apricot in Brocart has a bit more gold to it, but it's still an apricot. When they launched these new Cannage quints, I wasn't sure if it would just turn out as a gold on the eyes, but it is more. It is definitely an apricot and not just a gold, I'd say. So here, these two side by side. But let me tell you, the real charm of this quint for me turned out to be this brown shade. This first of all, it looks very special already in the pan. Can you see that? I don't think you can. It looks like velvet. It looks like velvet in the pan, and it's a brown, leaning just slightly rosy, and it's such a beautiful shade in the crease. It's such a beautiful, soft crease shade. It's, yeah, the apricot might not be as convincing and satisfying as the one in Viseart, or this has a bit more impact and has more apricot to it, as well as the one in the Smoky Essentials is, you know, in combination with a mint shade like that, is just so beautiful looking. Can you see that? Let me know if you care to see this apricot with the mint shade in the crease, if you want to see this look. By the way, this one is, I don't think this is comparable to brown cashmere at all. I mean, you do have a luminous matte or a satin brown shade here, but other than that, the brown the brown cashmere is a perfect, effortless, can't do wrong, easy everyday quint with a beautiful, warmer brown neutral look. And this one, you get this apricot. I mean, if a chocolate brown or a neutral, deeper brown is qualifying this to be compared to brown cashmere, be it. I don't think so. This is a very cool palette. And this is also these are so reflective and high shine. And I like to wear this gray taupe as a one and done. I think it looks very chic and cool. But I would not compare what this quint does to a beautiful no-brainer quint like the brown cashmere. This one is more special. This is more well, not special in it's better, because I love the brown cashmere, but it's you know, more specific in what it does. It's